This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Okay, welcome back yet again, friends, strangers, enemies. So, yeah, we're doing more this tonight. We have been doing this game 3 days in a row now. And last time we left off, we, ended up getting to, I think, the 70% completion point. So, we may be finishing this game up tonight. Let's jump back into it and see how far we can get. Before we do that, I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe. Help me out here. I would appreciate that greatly. Alright. Backdrop of crosses. Labris and I lend our respective shoulders to Yosuke and Chie, who are still recovering from their injuries, as we climb the stairs to the top of the tower. We thought the distorted stairs would lead up another maze-like hallway, but they only go further and further up.
Hey, we're at the end. There's a door. This is the door to the rooftop, right?
I'm going to open it.
Everyone nods as Naoto opens the door. What we see beyond it is a bizarre area we never laid eyes on before. Outside, which looks like a landing, an enormous red moon shines bright in the sky. That's yellow. The sky is red, the moon is yellow. There are countless cross-like objects embedded into the ground, making it seem like an execution ground.
Where is this?
It's not part of Yasogami High. That much is certain. I've never seen this area before.
Hey, over there! Is that Mitsuda-san?
Just like we saw in the Midnight Channel, Mitsuru-san is bound up to the cross Chie points to. Is she unconscious? Her head hangs limp, and she doesn't react to Labris calling her name. As we try to hurry over to her, a figure moves to block our way.
Deploying enclosed battlefield. You will go no further.
I guess Shadow. The summoned red pillars fall from the sky and surround us. Even here they're forcing these battles on us.
I've been waiting for you, sister.
You ain't Aegis. You're a fake too.
Labris is right. The burning golden hue in the figure's eyes is a dead giveaway that it's fake.
Indeed, I am a fake, sister. But is the distinction necessary for us?
What?
We are weapons forged in the shape of humans. Aren't we all fakes from the start?
Why does she have, like, the Dami Mommy voice for this? Like, All the other shadows sounded kind of like themselves, only with that distortion in the voice, but, I guess it's sounding like a Dami mommy here.
Thanks. Of humans.
Have you forgotten? We have no comrades. You even fought and killed your sister units, no?
Damn it! Labrys, don't listen to her!
Labrys' past, it's filled with gruesome memories of battle. Her makers advanced the product line by having their prototypes fight each other. She was forced to destroy her sister units, basically. Kill the rest of her family.
It's
But-
okay, Yosuke. What? But... Labrys will be alright.
That's right, in the P1 Grand Prix, Labrys faced Shadow within her and accepted it. Our Labrys, standing with us now, shouldn't be swayed by such cheap trick.
What's wrong, sister? Do you not hate humans?
Yeah, I do hate humans.
Then,
But not like how you mean it.
sister,
As much as I got a grudge against humans, it was humans that saved me. Yeah, the ones who made me did horrible things to me. To all the ones of my model. But hating all humans because of them is wrong. I like Yukon, and Mitsuru-san, and all the rest of them. It ain't right for you to destroy the world they all live in.
how unfortunate. I would have thought that you could understand my master, Sho Minazuki's desire for solitude.
His solitude.
Don't waste your breath. I will see you die here, sister.
The fake Aiga-san charges towards Labrys at high speeds. This isn't good. Labrys is tied up supporting Chie and is in no position to fight back. I have the same problem propping up Yosuke too. Which leaves only one person who could deal with this right now.
Naoto, I'm counting on you.
You don't have to tell me.
Naoto's persona, summoned with perfect timing, stops the fake Aiga-san's attack and forces it back.
Naoto-kun!
Great move, Naoto!
You really helped Naoto-kun.
Nonsense.
Let's make ourselves clear. As long as we're around, we won't allow you to so much as lay a finger on Labrys. I don't know what kind of solitude you or your creator is suffering, but we don't lightly forgive anyone who hurts our friends.
Then there's nothing more to discuss. Releasing limiters, switching to battle mode, annihilating targets.
Let's play as Naoto again.
Final.
Give it up! I must hit! I must hit! Snipe down! I must hit!
They're not giving us an open.
I must hit! That's enough!
Man, I'm getting fucking decimated here. I was trying to use that gun attack the whole time, but
What? Do it! Go! There! Volley! Assault! Now is the time! This should be enough.
there we go.
Left damage!
Okay, sorry, but I
Left damage! Volley! There you go! There you Persona!
Use your weapon strike.
Big hit!
Okay,
All right, we won.
And somehow we still made a comeback. Fake Aiga-san begins to melt away. As everyone runs towards Mitsuru-san, I think about what the fake Aiga-san said. I would have thought that you'd understand my master, show Minazuki's desire for solitude. What I sensed from Sho when I met him was intense, insane hatred for everything in this world. What could have pushed him so far that he decided to pursue an outrageous goal like destroying the world?
Mitsuru-san!
Where am I? Labrys, you came.
Mitsuru-san, are you all right?
Yes. But aren't you all a bit too close?
Mitsuru-san comes to and we all look at her face. She seems pretty exhausted, but she does appear to be fully conscious.
I'm so glad. I'm sorry I'm late. Jeez, look how beat up you are.
Thank you, Labrys. Narukami, I thank you and your friends as well. But first, I must apologize. I said I would guarantee your security, but see how that turned out. We had almost identified the culprit, but...
What are you saying? You don't have to apologize now. Nobody cares.
While we wait for Mitsuru-san to recover, we share what we learned so far with her. About this town, about Sho and Minazuki, and about their plan to call something terrible down.
Sho Minazuki, huh? How ironic that he would mimic his father's actions.
Okay, so he is related to that douchebag. Alright, according to Naoto's account, when she and Labrys met, Minazuki, for the first time, Minazuki called the Shadow Operatives the ones who killed Sho's father. Going by what Mitsuru-san just said, I say that she knows something about who Sho is. Maybe she could give us the missing piece of the puzzle to crack this case. That is, apart from the mystery of who or what Sho is trying to summon.
I see. Shuji Ikutsuki was his...
Mitsuru-san slowly closes her eyes and nods at Naoto's murmurings. Shuji Ikutsuki. Is that the name of Sho's father?
The Kirijo group once had a branch specializing in shadow research. It was the Kirijo Ergonomics Research Laboratory, Ergo Research for short. My grandfather, Koetsu Kirijo, provided Ergo Research with a vast budget to perform various experiments over many years. Experiments like Labrys and Igus, anti-shadow suppression weapons with humanoid bodies that harbor personas, as well as countless inhumane experiments, such as creating artificial persona users through suppressants.
Mitsuru-san's expression grows even sterner. The damage that the Kirijo group left behind, so their cursed legacy is why Mitsuru-san and the Shadow Operatives are so devoted to their duty of exterminating shadows.
Sho Minazuki. His name was recorded in the Ergo Research Archives as the youngest test subject. Shuji Ikutsuki was the researcher of record. Afterwards, Ergo Research was dissolved in an explosive accident, burying their research. But in the confusion, Ikutsuki saved some of it.
And that included Sho Minazuki.
Yes, there's more to the story, but I've confirmed this much in what we've deciphered thus far of Ikutsuki's personnel file. Sho Minazuki seems to have been Ikutsuki's favorite test subject.
Test subject? But he's a person! How could he do such a horrible thing?
Because he was an asshole. He tried destroying the world. He shot Mitsuru's dad. He crucified a bunch of people, but, I was gonna say, including a kid, but we don't really care about what happens to Ken. That would have been good on him if he had killed him. But, yeah, the guy was a grade A douche nozzle.
The Kirijo group of the time was an evil place, suffused with his arrogance. It isn't hard to imagine how he was treated with Ikutsuki in charge. Minazuki was raised in a solitary environment, never interacting with anyone. I suspect his experiences from that time greatly affected the development of Minazuki's current personality.
For the first time, Mitsuru-san seems genuinely distressed. There is a lot on her shoulders. She wants to put an end to the scars on history that the monsters of the Kirijo group have left with her generation. But she's not alone. I'm sure Mitsuru-san's companions will keep supporting her. Keep sharing in her burden as they walk alongside her.
Hey, Mitsuru-san. These experiments they did on Sho, were they really related to the Plume of Dusk?
That's correct. The central thrust of the experiment was to embed a plume of dusk into Minazuki.
No way! So that's what the Minazuki personality is?
Just as Labrys and Naoto had thought, a plume of dusk was implanted into Sho's body, which seems like it gave birth to a new self within him. That's one mystery down, though it's not hard to imagine how cruel Shuji Katsuki's experiments were, since he didn't care at all about what was sacrificed for them. The thought must have been... Okay, I did read that right. The thought must have been reminding Labrys of her own past, since I noticed her meekly lowering her gaze. Yosuke hastily speaks up to lighten the mood.
Can I ask you something? Do you have any details about whatever it is he's trying to summon?
No, I know nothing about that. But if it's similar to what we encountered at Tartarus, it's nothing welcome.
That was only to be expected, since Sho's desire is to destroy the world.
As we all share in a sinking feeling from that ominous prediction, a familiar voice echoes in everyone's minds. It's a persona communication.
Senpai, I finally got a hold of you. I'm so glad you're safe.
Voice. Rise, you're all right.
Mitsuru Senpai, are you okay? I was worried, you know.
Is that you, Yukari? You came. I'm sorry, but no. Thank you. You're always such a help to me.
I'm fine too. Kikuno-san has evacuated to safety as well.
Yamagishi, thank goodness. It seems I've also put you in danger.
After we finish confirming that we were okay, Rise raises her voice as if remembering something. Since we have no volume control on the Persona comm, everyone flinches at once.
Oh no, I forgot to connect you to Kanji and the others. Senpai, Teddy and Igus are safe too. Just a sec, I'll put you in contact with them.
She forgot something that important? After some time, we hear the familiar voices echoing in our mind again.
Chie! Yukiko? Is that you? I'm so glad. Kanji-kun and Teddy are fine too. What about you, Chie? Are you hurt? No, I'm okay. I got a few scratches, but it's no big deal. Huh? Are you sure you're okay?
Yo, Senpai! Sorry we're late.
Sensei!
Damn it, Teddy, I told you to quit rubbing your runny nose on me!
They never change. Even in a situation where we can't communicate properly, the rest of them are still in their the rest of them are still in our thoughts. Because we all believe it in each other. We're all gathered here now without anyone telling us to do so. That's when I recall what the fake Igus-san said to Labrys. I would have thought that you would understand my master, Sho Minazuki's desire for solitude. If what Mitsuru-san told us about Sho was right, then not only did he never meet anyone who could understand his burden of solitude, he never even had the chance to form a relationship with anyone. So in that respect, there's not much separating Sho from us. If even one person had reached out to him, couldn't he have had the chance to change too?
Sister, you came to rescue us. Thank you. I'm all right. Igus! Whew. I was really worried about you.
Man, it's getting crowded here. You guys really know who's who?
You're the only one who doesn't, Junpei-san.
Shut up,
Though
Ken.
there are a few I haven't personally met yet either.
It seems everyone's all right. You have the devil's luck.
After both our investigation team and Mitsuru-san's shadow operatives are done being relieved that each other is safe, we have a big round of introductions. But the more I learn about them, the stranger their group seems. A costumed hero, a baseball coach, a middle school student, and a dog? It's already surprising to see so many other Persona users, but these ones are, well, unique.
Quite a spirited crowd. But don't let your guard down yet. The battle isn't over.
Mitsuru-san smiles upon saying so. It hasn't been long since we met Mitsuru-san and her people, but I can tell just by overhearing their exchanges that they're bound by a strong trust just like we are. With the battles behind us for now, everyone naturally starts having a friendly chat. I decided to take the opportunity to bring up what I was just thinking about with Mitsuru-san.
Mitsuru-san, I'd like to talk to you about Sho.
You wish to save him yourself. Is that what you were about to say?
Huh?
It's written all over your face. It would hardly be a surprise to hear you say it. There are many things to sympathize with regarding Minazuki's past. He too is a victim of the Kirijo group's dark side. Still, that does not give him license to endanger the world or hurt people. It doesn't change the fact that he is an enemy who must be defeated. Yet, you still wish to save him, correct?
Yes.
If Sho wished for the world's destruction because of that solitude forced on him, then we know how to save him from that. Mitsuru-san lets me finish, then fixes me with a solemn gaze.
Either way, things must be settled with Minazuki. We should brace ourselves.
Right, we can't lose this one.
Indeed, it's true that our enemy is powerful. But no matter how far apart we are, if we keep believing in each other, we'll always come back together. And the fact gives us great strength.
Another earthquake!
Uh-oh. Isn't it getting stronger?
Huh? This is... Careful, everyone! It stinks of shadows!
What?
Everyone instantly tenses up. The relaxed mood is shattered, and Rise raises her voice as if bracing herself.
Wait, this can't be!
What's wrong, Kujikawa?
It's shadows! Countless shadows are gathering at this tower! What? I'm picking up shadow readings! 20, 30, they keep coming! We can't stop them! The shadows are passing through here. It looks like they're heading to the top of the tower. Wait,
What's wrong, Rise?
what's this? The shadows that were already at the top are merging together.
Shadows are merging together. Something tells me that summoning, or the summoning that Sho mentioned has already begun. And a quick glance around tells me that everyone else is thinking the same thing. When I look down from the edge of the tower, the horde of shadows has already swallowed the ground, and is now trying to cover this tower. This is bad. Rise's group is still near the tower's base, and Kanji's group is somewhere in the middle. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before the shadows reach them. What do? Should I call them here at once, or should we head on down to them? But if we do that, then we can't do anything about the summoning that's gonna happen any minute.
You have to go, Senpai. We'll hold things here.
Huh?
What are you surprised for? Of course we'd say that. You're the ones closest to the top.
You're right. Mitsuru, this is no time to fool around. Leave this to us so you can get to the roof.
What? But...
Mitsuru-senpai, you can't lose focus. Don't worry, we're pretty tough.
Yukari.
All right! It's a bit lonely here, but I'll do my best for your sake, Sensei!
Teddy.
Go, young man. There's no time to be indecisive. The bases are loaded, so go out swinging.
Junpei.
Mitsuru-san raises her head and looks at us. Her expression is pure determination. You can see she's made up her mind to trust in her companions, and that's that.
All three groups, separate and intercept the shadows. Yamagishi, Yukari, Kujikawa. Head to the lower levels. Destroy the enemy, but take caution. Akihiko, work with those on the middle level and block as many shadows as you can. Don't bother giving chase to whatever gets past you. We'll remain here and intercept the shadows as Narukami advances to the highest point of the tower.
Me?
You're the least injured of us all, and considering your skill, you're the most logical choice to send.
Please go, Senpai. We'll protect this place.
Yeah! I'm getting psyched! Go on ahead, Yukun!
Go get him, partner! Make sure you pull this off for our sake!
I'm counting on you, Yukun. You can't let Sho get his way. Go put an end to this!
With that, all of us here, and probably the ones still in the lower and middle levels, nod at once. Everyone gives me a supportive push, and I take a step forward.
You understand, right? Don't do anything reckless. And
I understand. I'll come back. If I can't do it, then I'll ask for help. There's no shame in leaning on your friends, after all. No matter how many times I fail or make mistakes, I can do anything with them. I won't give up.
I knew someone once who I suspect thought the same way.
For an instant, Mitsuru-san's eyes are hazy, thinking of something or someone else. But the moment passes, and at once her steely eyes are turned to the countless shadows surrounding us by climbing the tower's outer wall.
We will clear a path for Narukami. Is everyone in place?
Yeah!
Yes! Of course!
Leave it to us.
Mitsuru gives the order, and everyone readies themselves to move. The shadows appearing one after another seem intent on completely swarming the stairs I'm on my way to now.
Once we give the signal, everyone attack! Here goes. 1, 2...
On Fukasan and Risei's signal, everyone dashes towards the whirling torrent of shadows. They form powerful shockwaves that come together, pushing back the limitless mass of shadows, mowing them down. Alright, I am going to take 5 steps across the room and grab myself a couple of coats. You know, I also got some sugar cookies here I was going to save for, well, later on today when Kuro comes over, but, I think I'm going to have a couple of these myself. After all, we do have ice cream cake, and we're going to be having pizza for, the collab, so, yeah. Sugar cookies is mine's. Also, are we frozen up here? No, we are not. We, just have a, bit of a delay on the screen. I was afraid that my computer was designed to be a royal bitch again. Which again, I don't remember if I said this yesterday. I mean, you're probably getting tired of me talking about the computer issues that I've been having since, like, the beginning of this channel, but, yeah, fucking thing decided to reboot itself on me again, and then when it realized that it couldn't do any updates because I have no space in my C drive, it decided to undo the updates and then reboot itself again after that. Need to find a way to turn off that automatic update shit. Path clears in the center of the black wave, and I run towards it as fast as my legs will carry me.
Go you!
We're all counting on you!
It's not just everyone on the investigation team right now. The hopes of Mitsuru-san's shadow operatives are pinned on me too. I can't waste the opportunity they gave me. There's no time to hesitate. Wait for me, everyone. When I come to, I'm surrounded by blue. I am seated in the usual place in the usual room. Why did they summon me now? Actually, it's probably because of my situation that they summoned me. There's no need to be impatient. I already know that this place exists outside of time.
You seem surprisingly calm. Your third ordeal has arrived. Do you think you can overcome it?
Where's Igor? And Marie, for that matter. I don't answer. Whether I can do it or not isn't the question. I have to do it. As if seeing my determination, Margaret gives a satisfied smile.
I see. Your mind is already made up. And that's a fitting answer for you.
What is Sho trying to summon? How is he going to use the persona fragments?
Just as I'm about to ask her to tell me what she knows, Margaret cuts me off.
All I can do is watch over your journey. What is happening in your town must be ascertained with your own eyes.
Honestly, I knew she'd say that. I can only shake my head and smile. Instead, I decide to ask something that's been bothering me all this time.
Is Marie alright?
Marie is fighting desperately right now. Calamities in your town directly affect her. Your actions will decide the girl's fate.
Just as I thought. She seemed so weak when I saw her back in the... when I saw her because the abnormalities in the town were affecting her. Looks like I've got one more thing to fight for. Absolutely, gotta make sure that waifu survives.
One last thing. The young man who rejects everything and wishes to destroy the world? You hold the key to his salvation. Depending on what you choose, you may be able to awaken him as an official guest.
Oh? Sho is a guest? What's that supposed to mean? Just as I'm about to ask, the scenery distorts and becomes hazy. When I come to again, I am by myself, standing about halfway up the stairs to the top left of the tower. The long stairway finally comes to an end, and I step into the area at the top of the tower. Strange patterns are inscribed onto the floor, and all around me, at regular intervals, are these eerie pillars. This was carefully arranged, much different than the distorted places we've seen up to now. Up above, a large vortex glows ominously. Cannot fucking read. Vinny cannot read. God damn. Swallowing the countless shadows gathered up here, and directly underneath is a giant crystal of some kind. Whatever that shining emerald is, or emerald thing is, it's floating in midair. And there, right beside it, Sho and Adachi-san. I can't help but tense up. But on closer inspection, Adachi-san is on one knee. Like he's kneeling before Sho. Huh? What's happening? Neither Sho nor Adachi has noticed me yet. I hide behind the pillars and slowly get close enough to make out their voices.
You bastard! What are you thinking? You know how important this thing is! Are you trying to ruin my plan?
Oh, he got fucked up. Important thing? Plan? That must mean the floating object over there is all that persona fragments that they took from us. Yeesh. Sho was just looking down on Adachi until all of a sudden he kicked up at his body. Adachi-san's knocked back from the direct hit, and he gives a pained groan. What in the world is going on here?
That's what I said. I tried to destroy those persona fragments by striking when I saw the chance.
You worthless rat. I knew you weren't worth shit. But to think you were biding your time for this. Well...
Did I hear that right? Adachi-san wasn't Sho's accomplice? He tried to catch Sho off guard to destroy the crystal? Then Adachi-san was trying to prevent Sho's plan from the very beginning.
You asked me before. You said, don't you hate this world too?
Huh? That's right. Well, you were just trash I was gonna use from the start. Once everything was ready and I cut up the rest of them, I was gonna kill you slow. Still, I at least gave you the chance to have some fun, you piece of shit. I was gonna let your crap slide until I showed you the end of the world you never got to achieve. Why not? Right?
Don't think we're the same, you little brat.
What? What was that?
You think the whole world hates you just because someone didn't treat you right. You're nothing but a little kid throwing a tantrum. You know, I seriously hate this world. Don't put me in the same shoes as a half-assed brat like you. Please.
You're so finished, you bastard. I'll kill you just like you want.
Sure, I'm lame. Whatever. But you don't know yet, do you? Those guys don't play around. You better be prepared.
Die, you piece of shit.
Sho grabs Adachi-san by his collar and points his sword at the detective. I've bided my time long enough. I was hoping for a better opening, but I rush in now.
Stop it, Sho!
Sho glares at me while breathing heavily. There's nothing but hate in his stare.
Oh, you're early. Way to ruin the moment.
Is Adachi-san safe? I glance to check on him and feel a slight bit of relief. He's hurt badly from the beating he took at the hands of an agitated Sho, but it doesn't seem to be life-threatening.
Just to be clear, I didn't do it for you guys. I just wanted to set things right for myself.
Are you sure about that?
I know, you're not that type of person.
Adachi-san came here to honor his promise in his own way. Finding that... Damn it. Fuck, I don't know how to go back, because stupid thing is cut off at the bottom. Alright, there we go, backlog. Finding that out was more than enough for me. The load on my chest that's been here all this time is gone, and I actually feel good now.
You're such a know-it-all. It's not very attractive.
With that typical bit of sarcasm, Adachi-san falls unconscious. That's when Sho suddenly barks a strange laugh.
What's so funny?
What are you guys getting all desperate for? It's disgusting. It makes me sick. I hate it when people get all goody-goody. I'll destroy everything! Everything! I'll destroy every...
It happened all of a sudden. Like a machine blowing a fuse, Sho's enraged rant stops and he falls silent. His body goes limp, like a marionette whose strings have been cut, but eventually it spasms and stands eerily straight.
He's getting too worked up. It's a bad habit of his.
You must be the other one, Minazuki.
I didn't think you would put up this much of a fight. Perhaps I should have killed you back then after all.
Minazuki, you said then that you did all this to grant Sho's wish, but this isn't the way to save him.
And I said that's your perspective on the matter. All I'm here for is to grant this boy's wish.
Do you still not get it? That's not Sho's wish!
Are you delusional? I know the boy. I know of his hatred and his suffering. His father, Shuji Yakutsuki, abandoned this boy. He used the child for his own desires and then discarded him when he was as good as dead.
Yeah, the guy was an asshole. We already know that.
Shuji Yakutsuki. This is the world that abandoned him. That's why this boy came to detest everything about this world. He wished for it all to disappear.
Wouldn't it be simpler to detest your father for being an asshole? So, like, hating the entire world?
No, Sho just doesn't know yet. What he's been through isn't all there is to the world. It's not too late.
Silence. I know what I am. I am a shard of one who brings about death. If this boy wishes for the death of all, then I will use my true nature to destroy this world.
That's not it. I can tell Sho's hatred does run deep. Maybe he did wish for everything in the world to just disappear. But that's not what he truly wants deep down. Sho adores the bond between people and yearns for that himself. And because he can't have it, and the world doesn't accept him, he's had to live with such a dark emotion he has no idea how to deal with. He just doesn't know how to express himself. Minazuki was born from the Plume of Dusk, so he's just responding to Sho's darker desires. He's fixated on granting Sho's wish to destroy the world, but that's not what Sho really needs.
For Sho's sake, too, I will defeat you.
Very well. Come and fight.
Alright, here we go.
Finally! Fight!
Go! Go! Izunagi! What? You can't evade this! What? Try trick! Damn it!
I still have no idea how I'm using those persona attacks like that.
What?
If I actually knew these moves, I'm sure I'd be able to get like a perfect game, at least at some point, doing these. The strike with all my strength behind it hits Minazuki, and he hunches over. I take my sword back in my hand and swing it with all the power that I can bring it to bear. Minazuki's knees buckle and he falls to the ground, or so it seems.
What?
Minazuki won't fall. He supports his trembling legs with his own arms and keeps glaring at me as he tries to ready his sword again.
I'm not done yet.
Minazuki, why are you trying to grant Sho's wish?
A foolish question. I awakened within this boy. It's only natural for me to grant his desires.
Though he had kept a cool head thus far, Minazuki barks his response at me. He keeps trying to stand despite his injuries, and all I see is the strong will of someone determined to protect what is important to him. Minazuki, you still don't understand. You're just like us.
Minazuki, you are strong. You don't realize it either. Your strength. It's founded on the strength of your bonds. I don't know exactly what you are. Since you were born from a plume of dusk, maybe you really are a shard of one who brings about death. But no matter how you hurt, or how badly you're about to fall, the power that lets you stand up for someone else, that comes from bonds.
Impossible. I am this boy's.
No one lives alone. You protected Sho and supported him all this time. You should know that by now.
That's right. No one can live by severing ties with other people. If Sho doesn't know how to do this because of the life he's led, then we just have to show him how. I'm sure even Mitsuru-san and the other Shadow Operatives will accept Sho, just like they did with Labras. It's such a simple thing that even the fake Aigus-san figured it out. So there's no way that you can't see this, right, Minazuki?
I see.
with this sappy drama.
You're...
Aha! You must be Shochan's Minazuki-kun. You're disqualified from the P1 climax. Time for you to make your exit!
Kagutsuchi, you bastard.
Huh?
Kagutsuchi?
Did you think I didn't know? Of course I did! I knew from the very beginning about your idea to use the power left inside Adachi Baby to suppress me!
So you deduced even that.
Oh, and...
The General Teddy before us, no, this thing that Minazuki called Kagutsuchi gives me a look that makes some unexplainable fear rise in the pit of my stomach.
You, Narukami! You defeated this fool, so you're the champion of the P1 Climax! Congratulations! Your prize is... your execution! Hmm?
It happened all in the blink of an eye. Minazuki, who should have been behind me, disappeared, and in the next instant he was closing in on General Teddy. And then, the blade he was holding was run through General Teddy's body.
Ow! What do you think you're doing?
What do you intend to do with this boy, Kagutsuchi?
What am I going to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to kill him. I'll grant that brat you're so fond of what he wants. A world of solitude. But I'll be the only one there. It will be a world all for myself, where only I exist.
General Teddy's mannerisms change, and he effortlessly hoists up Minazuki, who just pierced him with his blade. This ominous, hate-drenched voice seems like it's coming from the depths of hell. What in the world is this thing?
This body had reached its limit anyway. It's only a fake made with shadows, after all. It was never meant to support itself for long.
Okay, what the hell is this now?
Fortunately, a horde of shadows to create a vessel, and persona fragments to control it have been gathered.
What?
Well done, my friend. It is thanks to you that everything came together so splendidly.
This voice sounds very familiar too.
All that's left is to fuse that fragment with the shadows as a base, and then devour the persona fragments to inhabit my new corporeal form. You, Narukami. I was born when this town was enshrouded in fog. I have quite the connection with all of them.
What?
I pay no heed to others. I am the collective will of those who abandon all connections and strive to live only for themselves. I will incinerate everything. I will rob, murder, trample, and cast you humans down into the depths of despair.
Okay, we got a fucking mascot bear talking about inflicting despair on people, and he was holding a game where you have to kill other people. Danganronpa ripoff much?
My name is Hino Kagutsuchi, one who kills all who live in this world.
Hey, I gotta look up this guy's voice actor too. I know that we've been doing that for the past couple of streams with different characters, but where the hell have I heard this before? Let's see. Hino Kagutsuchi. Let's see. Patrick Sight. Who the hell is that? let's check that out. Okay, right off the bat, I am seeing Persona 3 Reload. Oh, that's Tanaka's voice actor. Okay. What else was he in? Crisis Core. Looks like he was just doing some random voices for that one. Oh, he was Scorpion in Mortal Kombat as well. Okay. Oh, Cervantes in Soul Calibur. Alright, so yeah, a lot of stuff that I actually know this time around. Just never knew the guy by name. Huh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably remembering him as Scorpion over anything else. What called itself Hino Kagutsuchi laughs, and then a scarlet fog, incomparably thicker than before, pours out of General Teddy's body. The fog enters the helpless Minazuki through his eyes, ears, and mouth, and wounds he sustained during the battle.
You bastard! Show!
As I try to rush over, General Teddy's body, which is now an empty husk, turns into a black chunk of shadow and starts to bubble as it disintegrates. At the same time, what used to be Minazuki turns its evil red gaze towards me.
How I love to hear that cry, you Narukami. What do you think? I had lent this brat my power, but my full presence is a bit different. You're Kagutsuchi!
It has immense power, far beyond what Sho used when I faced him. My entire body is being crushed against my will, and my joints scream out in pain. Even my lungs are compressed, preventing me from breathing normally.
Don't worry. I won't let you die so quickly. You will live to witness my advent, and will be the first sacrifice to my power.
I won't let you do this!
Your nerve astounds me, but I wouldn't be so sure. Your allies are about to be overwhelmed by the flood of shadows. You all fought so long within this red fog, just as I planned. And you are exhausted to your very souls. You have no hope of defeating me now. My first puppet was quite useful for that purpose. I had directed it at you with the aim of harvesting your personas, but...
You mean Labrys?
Ah, is that what you call it? Had I taken your shadows for my own, their own wills would have made them less obedient than I required. I learned that in the previous battles. Thus did I prepare this fog and my new scheme to carve away at your personas. Personas are the suppressed strength of heart. Nothing is better suited to suppress the will of shadows than that.
So that's why!
Anime cutscene? Yep, here we go.
Now is the time for despair. This new form that you have given me.
Shut up, you're not Junko.
Behold it!
You're not quite hot enough. Okay, so while we're ripping off Danganronpa, may as well have an Evangelion ripoff too. Just keep ripping off of shit franchises. The giant shadow that shows itself through the severe quaking and gusts of wind slowly approaches, all the while spewing fluids that look red, or look like red stagnant blood. And that thing really does look like the Ava, doesn't it? Like, at first glance. In different colors, but, yeah, I never even actually finished Evangelion. I think I made it to episode 4, and then I was like, you know, this is garbage. Let's check out what the movie looks like. And then, you see the 12-year-old boy jacking off on an unconscious girl, and I'm like, no, this is just fucking stupid. I'm done. This is the vessel we ended up giving Hino Kagutsuchi, a giant form made of the fusion of countless shadows, a real monster. This is the body it was gathering shadows to put together, but...
Everyone, lend me your strength.
I will defeat this monster and return to you all. Okay, how is this going to work out as a battle? You gonna be a stationary target, or... Okay, yeah, this is, How in the flying fuck am I supposed to beat this? Okay, so that was actually easy. Never mind.
Impossible! What power is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
Hino Kagutsuchi. That's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you!
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
Yeah, at first glance I thought you would be, but you were kind of a pussy, not gonna lie. Hino Kagutsuchi's giant arm swings up high into the sky. This isn't good. If this takes a direct hit, or if this place takes a direct hit from that enormous thing, never mind sweeping me off my feet, it could destroy this entire town with entire tower, what with all the quaking.
Persona!
Oh. Welcome to the party, Adachi. Glad you could join. Faster than I could call my persona, the other Izanagi flies towards Kagutsuchi from behind, slashing at its giant arm and knocking it back.
Adachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
The way he scratches his head and rolls his eyes, without a doubt, that's the Adachi-san I know. Did he save me? Up until now, he's just dropped hints for us here and there, never doing anything to help us out directly. Seeing me surprised at this small change, noticeable only to those who know him, Adachi-san furrows his brow. He's displeased in an ever so slightly embarrassed way.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this!
Right.
I can feel it. The two Izanagis respond to each other and melt into one. I've never felt this fusion of conflicting powers before. They eventually culsis into a sword, which launches itself towards Hino Kagetsuchi's enormous roaring form.
Izanagi! Nagatsu Izanagi!
The giant sword formed with the torrent power pierces Hino Kagetsuchi and disperses its body into fragments.
Hino Kagutsuchi! It's over!
Impossible! How could I fall to this trickery of fans?
After Hino Kagetsuchi's body crumbles away, the red fog disappears little by little from our sight, and the area is covered in silence. The night sky turns back to its usual color, with a beautiful moon shining in the sky.
My sincere congratulations on winning the P1 Grand Prix.
Hey, best Velvet Room attendant. The sudden voice surprises me and I turn around. Standing there is a woman in deep azure-colored clothes. Adachi-san's nowhere to be seen.
Elizabeth? What are you doing here?
Though what you just defeated now was different in form, it appeared to be another embodiment of man's consciousness that wishes for death.
Welcome to the stream, Cosmic Crow Neko, and thank you for the raid. How are you doing tonight?
And suffice to say, I had my own reason to witness its end.
Your own reason, huh?
That is correct.
I don't really get it, but she probably means that she came to witness Hino Kagetsuchi's end. It's fine since it's over now, but couldn't she have at least helped out a bit? Not that I'd ever say anything like that to her face. I've heard before that Elizabeth has her own wish, that trying to grant it was why she left the room. Missed the stream? Yeah, you ended up messaging me as soon as I was getting prepped for my stream. I honestly didn't expect you to be streaming around the same time that I was starting. I thought you were going to be doing like a day stream. Had you been streaming while I was at work, I would have definitely tuned in for that, though. So, I apologize for that, not being able to make it in time. No, you had to work? Ah, okay. Maybe she's cooperating with us in her own way.
By the by, you. This tower will disappear momentarily.
Huh?
That's right, I completely forgot about that. This tower is a transient thing that appeared in the red fog. And so now that the fog's gone, this place will go back to its usual self. Yasagami High.
Can I ask a favor, Elizabeth?
A favor? Depending on what you ask, I'll have to demand payment.
Take your shirt off. I want to see him.
I'm not sure about that. But can you please send all my friends in this tower somewhere safe?
I guess that's a little bit more important, but can you please take your shirt off as a bonus? Elizabeth.
Haha. If that is all you ask, it's as easy to grant as having an orange at a kotatsu.
What?
You've actually used a kotatsu?
No, it was merely a figure of speech. I've never so much as seen a kotatsu. Very well then, I will transport your friends to somewhere safe as you wish. Oh.
She's mid, Margaret top. I prefer Elizabeth myself. Margaret is pretty great though.
Where would this somewhere safe be? Ah, yes, place has occurred to me. I shall send you all there.
I wish she wouldn't decide things like that on her own. It'd be nice if she'd just tell me where she's going to send us. Was that the fucking green herb sound effect from Resident Evil, what the hell is the game? Darkside Chronicles? That magic cue that just came up? Before I can ask her, she raises a hand and my vision fills with such brightness that I forget to argue. Wait, where is she sending us?
Well then, you. Hasta la vista, baby. Until the day we meet again. Farewell.
Okay, so, Terminator reference. And you do it better than Bebe does. Alright, 82% complete. What else can we possibly have to finish in this game? So we got 3 more scenes here. Also, I'm just now noticing that question mark. Are we going to unlock another campaign after this? Or story, rather. Campaign, story, whatever. Same difference. The light slowly dims and my vision returns. Oh, TV World. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Woo Woo person. How are you doing tonight? You think that I unlock the Persona 3 cast next? Oh, alright. I'm indeed standing in a safe place, the studio in the TV world. It's a relief to look around and see everyone else here too. They all look confused as to what happened, but when I approach them, they break into a smile and congratulate me on my victory. You came from Kuro Echo stream? How was that, by the way? That was actually something else I was gonna ask you, Kuro. How are you liking the Dead Space remake?
Well done, Narukami. I'm sorry for the trouble we caused.
No, we owe you too. Thank you for stopping the shadows.
Akihiko-san comes up from behind me and nudges my shoulder. When I look towards him, he smirks in that dauntless way.
Wish I could have gone to the top myself, but I'll let you take the glory this time.
You hate the voices, but the gameplay is good? Yeah, I honestly don't remember what my reaction to the voices were for the remake of Dead Space. I enjoyed the game. Like, I think, some of the quality of life updates and, some of the slight changes that they made to the story, I thought it was better than the original in a lot of ways, but, yeah, that's probably worth replaying on a later occasion.
Thank you, Akihiko-san.
I hear a fuss, then I look towards the exit from the world. At the center of the studio, everyone is gathered around the stacked-up TVs, wondering what this is all about. We head over.
My guy keeps saying, this is my world! You have to go through this TV to get out to your world, Junpei! Huh? We go through a TV to get out of the TV? Come on, Blue Daruma, quit kidding around.
You weren't in it at the start since you didn't see notifications of his stream starting? Ah, okay.
It's for real. But, now that you mention it, that is kind of weird, isn't it? Going into TV leads you out of the TV?
Oh, it makes more sense than crawling through an electrical socket.
Jeez, what are you making it all complicated for? It's fine. The TVs are connected. These things only get confusing because you overthink them.
I don't believe this. Look, you just gotta show him.
Isaac looks like a Melvin? What the fuck is a Melvin? It seems Teddy and the others are trying to explain about the TV world of to the Shadow Operatives we just met today. Yukari-san and Ken-kun seem to somewhat understand, but Junpei-san just isn't getting it. and Teddy and Yosuke are having a hard time explaining it to him. Then again, Junpei-san might be too distracted with the shock of seeing Kanji sticking his head into the TV right next to him.
What the... Dude, what are you doing?
Whoa, crap!
Kanji quickly pulls out of the TV and stumbles backward. Unfortunately, right behind him were Teddy and Junpei-san watching a little too closely.
No!
The back of Kanji's head hits Teddy's face, and the back of Teddy's head directly hits Junpei-san's face. The force of the hit causes Junpei-san to go rolling all the way to the edge of the studio. I wonder if he's okay.
Stupid Kanji, that hurt! Don't you know the saying, a head in motion tends to stay in motion?
Shut up! It's your fault for rubbernecking! When I stuck my head out, I saw a security guard making the rounds. Huh?
Huh? Junpei, why are you sleeping on the floor? Just when we were trying to explain things to you.
I think you knocked him out. Teddy, that's not right. If I had to pick sides, I'd say that Junpei-san was clearly the victim right now.
Hey, wait a sec. Kanji-kun, did you just say there was a guard out there?
Huh? Yeah. So?
Then the town's back to normal. The people who disappeared must be safe now, right?
Oh, that's right! Good job, Junpei. You did great! I'm not sure what I had to do with it.
I think he meant Melvin, as in what he looks like his name is, or should be. Ah, another Scal incident, huh?
All right, it finally feels like we won! We saved the town our very own selves.
We did it!
A cheer-ups for my friends on the investigation team at once. Seeing us in high spirits, the Shadow Operatives also come forward and join us as we all congratulate each other on the brave fight. I'm so glad I was able to protect my friends. I sense someone looking at me, and when I turn around, I see a figure watching us from a distance. That red hair, the uniform jacket tied around his waist, the sword in each hand, that's...
Show.
Everyone turns around at this and tenses up, but Sho doesn't say anything. He just points the tip of his blade he's holding at me. That's... He must mean that he'll come challenge me to a fight again someday.
Come at us however many times you want, but next time, we'll fight one-on-one. Fair and square.
Okay, so no resolution for this guy, huh? For a brief instant, it looks as if Sho's mouth forms a smile. An underwhelming male orgasm is what it means. Huh. That's quite a definition. How does that translate to Melvin, though? Who the fuck comes up with slang like that? If Kronak was still here when you said, I guess back there right at the end, you meant as in when you said that he has a hope a guy's wife is still on. Oh. Alright. Basically, you hate its new design due to its kids these days. Yeah, I think as a society, everybody's been getting collectively dumber than we were when we were kids. Looks like as if Sho's mouth forms a smile. It doesn't last long, though, because he turns to run, and quickly disappears. Was I seeing things? No, I doubt it.
That boy. So he survived.
Yes.
Regrettably, he is a serious criminal who tried to destroy the world. We cannot leave him be.
I understand.
But I won't be so stubborn this time. I ask that you all cooperate with us in capturing Minazuki.
I'm honestly surprised at this. After the P1 Grand Prix came to a close, Mitsuru-san clearly told us not to get involved any further, and rejected all our offers to help. I understand that she did it as to not drag us into anything dangerous. But we decided to save show. Mitsuru-san must come to understand our feelings and included us in search for him. Mitsuru, mommy. Yeah, everybody seems to love Mitsuru except for me. I mean, I honestly don't really care for her all that much. Which, I guess I always have unpopular opinions because I like Yukari and everybody seems to hate her for some reason or another. Sho's never had the chance to interact with people. He has no idea how. So we'll fight with him as many times as it takes, explaining our true feelings to him each time. We'll do it over and over until it sinks in, what it means to get involved with people. As long as Sho keeps trying for us, I'll answer him with all my strength. So in a way, my answer's already decided.
Yes, of course.
With that, the members of the investigation team who seem to have been listening chime in from behind me.
Leave it to me. My persona's gotten real strong. I'll find that show in no time so Senpai can breathe easier.
That reminds me, that dude was wearing our uniform. I guess we should start by beating the crap out of everyone at school?
No violence yet, Kanji-kun. An investigation must be carried out based on thorough examination and confirmed evidence.
Ponytail with one eye covered, your heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Was he wearing our uniform?
I think I had the same problem with my dick once I learned about Futaba.
I remember Minnie's smell, too! He can run, but he can't hide from Teddy's nose!
Dude, will you stop giving everyone and everything those weird nicknames?
Does your nose even work anymore? You've been sneezing this whole time.
No, I haven't. That was because of the red fog. It was filled with a terrible curse and...
Curses don't exist. Although given what Kagutsuchi was after, I suppose it did have an effect of that sort in truth.
Why are we so scatterbrained? Can't you guys stay on one topic for 10 seconds?
Oh, sheesh.
Good, it's like always. I can't help but smile and join in with everyone. I'm not alone. Even if it turns out that I have to fight Sho again, my friends and I will handle it. We're the investigation team, after all. Okay, now for the most important question. Is Marie safe? Is Best Waifu number 2 in Persona 4 safe? When we return from the TV world, an utterly mundane world is waiting for us. As we stand around in the quiet dawn at Junes before it opens, Yosuke looks around at the eyebrow-raising outfits of the shadow operatives. I think I'll not tell anyone about him sighing. Thank goodness we came out at this hour. Then again, I'm at a loss for what to do. When we go to Yasugami High, close for the holiday, to see Mitsuru-san off, and a pitch-black military helicopter lands on the grounds. After seeing them off, we return to the empty pre-dawn food court, and take our usual seats.
Sitting here makes it feel like I'm really back.
Indeed. It seems that for now, the case is closed.
Man, that guy sure gave us some grief. Wasn't the world on the brink of ending?
Mm-hmm. Although, I felt a bit sorry for him.
Huh? For who?
You can't even figure that out? She's talking about how Sho probably didn't want to turn out that way.
Yeah, he's a really clumsy kid. I keep thinking about how similar I was, you know?
You're gonna stop playing Persona 4 Golden. If there's a remake, you'll wait for it. If not, then you don't know. You just can't get wrapped around it. It's meh. Are you calling the best game in the series meh, uwu person? Am am I gonna have to bust a cap in your ass? You just watch yourself, buddy. You just watch yourself. Persona 5 is the best. Am I calling Persona 5 Royal? No, of course not. And here I was telling Jackalaka the other day that you were starting to warm up to Persona 4 Golden. She's still kind of on a hiatus from playing the Persona game because of the whole thing with Shiho that happened, but she has said that she's going to revisit it, and I keep telling her, well, get yourself hyped, because I ended up buying her the collection, like Royal, Golden, and Persona 3 Portable on Steam, so really excited to see her get around to the 4th game as well. 3rd one, not so much. When she does get around to that, I'm going to recommend that she plays as the female protagonist, because if she ends up enjoying the trilogy, I may see about getting her reload. And I left my controller idle for too long.
According to Mitsuru-san, ever since Ikutsuki abandoned Sho, he was left for dead in the hospital's care.
It's good, but Persona 4 Golden just feels and looks so dated. So what? It's still good. American McGee's Alice is dated as fuck, but that's still a good game.
I surmise that is where he learned of Ikutsuki's death, and later heard this plan's proposal from Minazuki.
That reminds me. That thing that showed up at the end. Hino Kagutsuchi, right? What was that thing, really?
Yeah. It said it was born when this town was enshrouded in fog.
And that's not all. It was all over my fuzzy head, but what was that collective will of so-and-so part about?
Playable and enjoyable, but you like polish? Fair enough. Like you said, you don't know Persona 4 Golden is good, but what you don't like is how you can't see who's available to rank up. There's no mini-map. Well, you can't see that in the original Persona 3 either. Like, all that stuff in Persona 5, that was all quality of life updates that they didn't have in the original games. Like, back in, back when the first Persona came out, like, Revelations, that thing had a, that was more like a Shin Megami Tensei game than anything else. So yeah, of course you're gonna have quality of life updates. It's just a product of that era.
I guess it was formed from the hearts of people who only think about themselves, never caring what happens to others.
I guess when you, like, start off with Royal, you kind of get yourself spoiled, and when you try to look back on older titles, you can't appreciate it as much, but I'm not really one of those types of people.
Yeah. When the fog covered this town last time, the hearts of people who only cared about their own safety gathered and formed that Hino Kagutsuchi. Keyword
quality of life that are hard to not have. Damn it, now I'm saying that I told Jackalaka when you were warming up to it, and now I'm making you feel guilty. Well, that's what you get for hating on best game in the Persona series.
That's a sad way to be. I wonder why some people think like that.
Well, there's nothing we could do about it except to do our best. By the way, partner.
Yeah?
Did you see Adachi up there? What happened to him in the end?
No way! Adachi-san?
That bastard was here?
Oh yeah, I hadn't told everyone yet. By the time I turned around after defeating Hinono Kagutsuchi, Adachi-san was already nowhere to be seen, but...
Don't worry about him. He'll obey the rules.
No one asks any more questions after that. None of us say as much, but there's a strange kind of trust we have about Adachi-san, who told us he'd obey the rules of the world. And in this case, at least Adachi-san was true to his word.
Alright then, let's go home. But man, some long holiday this turned out to be.
Seriously, Yukun came to visit and we didn't get to talk at all. Oh well. But now that it's all over, I think I had fun.
Nobody cares about your opinion on anything, Yukiko. You are still worst girl.
Yuki-chan, have you turned to violence? Thinking back on it, I did see some dangerously scary faces from you.
How could you tell? She always looks like that.
Teddy, would you like to see me angry?
There! That's exactly what I'm talking about!
I'd like to see you jump off the Moonlight Bridge. How about that?
I somewhat understand what Yukiko-senpai means. Despite the lost time, we've gathered as a group again. I'm glad for that much.
We all silently nod in agreement to this. Once today is over, we'll return to our normal lives and walk our own paths. Even then, someday, no matter when it may be.
Yosuke-senpai, I'm hungry. Can't we go grab a bite yet?
Meat sounds great right now. You'll scale treat, of course.
I'll treat you to my meat, Chie. Just say the word. You didn't say you didn't like it, you didn't say you hated it, what was meh is the gameplay, the story is amazing. Well, all Persona games are like that. None of the gameplay is good in my eyes. I still do not like turn-based RPGs, but I don't think anybody sticks around with Persona for the gameplay. It's the story that keeps you captivated and the characters that are involved. Like, if Final Fantasy VII didn't have such a great story behind it, I wouldn't bother playing the original because the gameplay is ass. I don't know anybody who genuinely enjoys the gameplay in these types of games, except for maybe Honey OTU.
I'm not treating anyone. The store's not even open. Stop trying to make me treat you guys every time.
Things really haven't changed at all. Oh, Senpai, look!
I look to where Rise is pointing and see the sun starting to rise from from far beyond the town. Those thick thunderclouds that have covered Inaba yesterday seem to have disappeared along with the fog. You like turn-based and element weakness, the combat is fire? You do you. I still don't like it personally. I would rather have another Persona game like this, or like, Scramble, than do turn-based shit.
Let's go, everyone.
It's gonna be some nice weather in Inaba today. So where you don't have to think, no, it's so where I don't have to be bored. That's the thing. And like that, the long holiday is almost over. We're on our way to the station. I said I didn't need anyone to see me off, but since I didn't get much time to relax, deep down I was happy to spend a little more time with everyone. As we get closer to the station, a familiar figure comes walking from up ahead. As we're about to pass each other, she speaks to me. Oh, best girl number 2? Yay, best girl number 2. Hey, Marie.
Thanks for your hard work.
Yeah, same to you.
You used to not like turn-based combat, but now it's in the middle. You like it, but you don't like it. Know what I mean? Graphics for Persona 4 Golden is about the only thing that you don't like. Persona 5 Royal is your favorite. Alright, that's fair, but still, I just prefer more action, I guess. Like, my go-tos are shooter games, like action RPG games, like Skyrim and Fallout and all that stuff, and like Metroidvania stuff. That type of combat I like. I do not care for turn-based stuff. If it has a good story, I'll play it, which is why I actually picked up that, what the hell's the other one? I think it's like Shining Resonance or something. So where you don't have to think... No, it's just more entertaining. It has nothing to do with strategy or any of that shit. I just like something that's more entertaining to me, something I can have fun with. And at the end of the day, I know that the gameplay isn't everything, which, again, that's how I can appreciate games like this, if they have a good cast and they have a good story. But speaking personally, I would prefer to actually have fun with the gameplay. Instead of just being like, oh, yeah, let's just get through this, get on with the story. Like I don't care about the actual gameplay in these things.
It's not like I really did anything. I was getting my butt handed to me and you weren't around. Like, that was fun.
You were keeping Dojima-san and everyone else safe, weren't you? That was a huge help.
Stupid no-tech love machine. You're being too honest with me.
Love machine, huh? Marie blushes, somewhat embarrassed. But she was protecting this town from the worst of Hino Kagutsuchi's effects. That must have been extremely hard on her.
Hey, this town, do you like it?
I like some of the people in the town.
Huh? Yeah, I love it.
Go home already. Get out of here and come back soon, jerk.
I love her. That was an even bigger outburst than usual. I wanted to express my thanks to her more, but... ramp the difficulty up to harder, and then I'd have fun taking things slower and really prepping for combat and bosses. I don't find that entertaining. I just don't like the gameplay, and there's not really anything you could do to change my mind. I mean, stubborn as I am, being able to change my perception on the games, like, being able to appreciate the stories was a feat on its own. Like, as you can recall, I tried to go out of my way to hate the games to begin with when you introduced me to them. But as time went on, I was like, damn, this is actually really good. But no, I'm not changing my stance on the combat. It's still ass in my eyes. As I watch her run off, I hurry and catch up to my friends who have gone on ahead. When we reach the platform, Dojima-san, who was already here, hands me my belongings.
Thanks for bringing my things all the way here.
Don't worry about it. Man, you seem pretty busy. So, if you're headed back, does that mean things are settled?
Yeah.
There's a hint of reproach in Dojima-san's eyes. A detective's intuition is an impressive thing. I can't tell if he still trusts me, since he's stopping short of grilling me for details. I just wish he'd stop with that drill-like stare.
Yes.
Take some more time off the next time you come. She seemed pretty lonely.
Nanako looks away sadly as Dojima-san pushes her forward. She's pouting a little. Nanako, I really feel bad that I couldn't spend more time with her. Yeah, you should feel bad.
Oh, you can.
Nanako is precious.
Well then, time to disband the investigation team for real this time.
Yeah, upsetting Nanako-chan, major sin, and you should feel horrible about that.
I feel a little down when you actually come out and say it like that.
Yes, but disbanding means that the case has been solved. We should take pride in that, at least.
Boo, the point of games is 50-50. Sometimes half the fun is story, half the fun is gameplay. Why are you debating this with me? I mean, I already admitted that the story was fine and the gameplay was shit. I already know that it's 50-50. And I can appreciate the Persona games for having great story and great cast. I'm just not going to enjoy the gameplay if it doesn't entertain me.
Investigation team?
She's mid. Who's mid?
Oh, crap! Chie's dog went missing, so...
Shut up, Yukiko.
Huh? Really? If you had told me, I would have rushed to help in a jiffy.
Yeah, as long as we're all debating here, could we all at least agree that Yukiko is, objectively an ass character? Like, she's horrible. She sucks. Game would be better off without her. Nanako is mid. Nanako is an angel. But anyway, back to the Yukiko question. Can we at least all agree that she sucks? Yes, she's white bread. Okay, how about you, Uwu person? She's alright to you. Die. She's never in your party after I get kanji. Same with me. I always pick Chie, Naoto, and kanji.
Where are you falling for that? Just stay quiet.
Yo, where'd that come from? I guess I'm taking a little bit too much inspiration from Mori Calliope. She is my Oshi, after all.
That's not fair. I wanted to help too.
The VA and her personality is just so bland. Yeah, and that's the thing. I can forgive a bland personality, but it's very hard for me to separate between, like, the character and the voice actor, especially with a piece of shit like Amanda Wynn Lee.
I'm sorry, Nanako. I'll be back in the summer.
Yeah, it's just kind of lady you'd want to get hit by a fucking bus or something.
Really?
Whoa, for reals?
You're gonna stay the whole summer, right?
Oh,
Yay! That's more than a month! We can do anything then!
Let's see, the summer festival? Going swimming in the ocean? Ooh, and the fireworks show!
Telling you to unalive is, it's a joke, because, Mori Calliope has done it multiple times in the past. Just look up, what the hell was the thing? It was, Mori Calliope can't stop cussing at Resident Evil 4. There was, people were telling her to work on her aim, and she was like, fuck off! Fuck off! Die! And it was hilarious. Somehow we've gotten sidetracked to the subject of me staying here for my whole summer vacation. I actually hadn't decided myself on how long I'd be here then. In spite of myself, I glanced towards Dojima-san.
We wouldn't mind at all. Nanako would love to have you around.
The train will be arriving shortly. Please step behind the white lines for your safety.
Big bro!
Gotta go later. Alright, I will see you later on today for our collab, and, yeah, we'll see about getting that Papa John's and the garlic breadsticks. We also have ice cream cake as well, and, Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper, so, get excited for that. And thank you for hanging around, Kuro. I will see you later. As I lift my luggage, Nanako rushes over to hug me. She was pouting before, but it looks like her sadness has reached its limits.
I don't want you to leave. I want to play with you too.
You want pizza too? Where's your share? Hey, if you want to come over and hang out, I'm all for sharing. Oh, learn astral projection. You can come and chow down too.
Nanako.
You really didn't get to spend much time with her.
Nana-chan, I'll play with you.
I know, Nanako-chan, come over to my place. We have a dog.
No, I want Big Bro.
Nanako, if you keep saying such selfish things, I'll tell you a scary story before bed.
Okay, Dojima is still a little bit of an asshole. Nanako freezes for a moment with a sudden jolt before reluctantly letting me go. Dojima-san, I'm not sure that's a good way to keep her... Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't.
I'll have more time over the summer vacation, Nanako. We can play more then.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know Nanako-chan doesn't like scary stories.
Yeah, if she sees a scary story on TV before bed, she can't go to the bathroom by herself. I'm the one who gets woken up in the middle of the night.
Dude, you think he's the best dad? I mean, he has gotten better, but, still, it's kind of a dick thing to do.
Dad!
Sorry.
Jeez, we're through, Dad.
Nanako, tired of being teased so much, rushes into the train even though the departure bell is already ringing. That was not good timing. Okay. I chase after Nanako and rush into the train just as the door closes behind me. Dojima-san and my friends are left behind on the platform with dumbfounded expressions. Okay. As the scenery begins to slowly move, they all start chasing after our train. Well, I guess you get to spend more time with your big bro after all, huh? Nanako looks back and forth between me and the others outside and seems a bit panicked. I grin and then look around inside the train for a seat where we can both sit down until the next station. Love Narukami's face, he's so panicked.
Break.
Yeah.
Broken? Eaten? Why the hell does it keep changing like that? Break? What is it, a car? I don't even have any brothers named Ken!
Oh my! Are you studying English? It must be a cold day in hell.
You old hag! I'm trying to study here, so quit making fun of me!
My. He's embarrassed.
Damn, my ma looks so happy, and I ain't doing this because I want to. I ignore her and turn back to the study aid thing.
Oh, that's right. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Well, what is it? Quit bothering me. I just hurry up and ask already.
Well, our dyes seem to be running out much faster lately. Do you know anything about that?
I get all flustered at her sudden question.
How should I know? Maybe we had a burglar or something.
What's he studying? First grade? He's trying to learn to spell? He's probably trying to learn English.
Oh my! A burglar who only steals dyes?
Like I said, how should I know? You're probably just imagining it anyway.
Is that so? How odd.
Man, she's weirdly sharp about this stuff. I can't let her figure it out, yet. She can't know that I'm, like, thinking about the family business and all. My senpai are third years now, so it's only natural that they talk now and then about our plans for the future. And I've been giving it some thought myself, so I decided to start training in secret about stuff like dyeing. Huh? What's the studying for? That's, well, that's part of my plan too.
Oh, I just remembered. That navy blue handkerchief I washed yesterday had an odd unevenness to its coloring.
What? Like how? That handkerchief was my best work lately, and...
Wait, the one I washed was a white handkerchief. Ah, the ravages of age. I keep misremembering things.
You old hag!
Ma leaves chuckling all the while. That old hag, she knew. Feeling embarrassed about my secret training getting found out, I take a break from studying and pick up one of the dyed goods out of the store.
The color just isn't the same.
I compare it to the fabric I dyed for my mascot plushie. I didn't notice until I actually worked with dyes on my own, but Ma's dyed goods are something else. How does she get the dyes to do that? I catch myself sighing and shake the cobwebs out of my head. You senpai's gone back to the city, and my other senpai are probably leaving town next year too, according to their post-grand plans. Ryusei and Naoto too. Even now, they're away from Inaba more than they're here. To be honest, it's sad seeing all us go our separate ways, but the funny thing is, I don't feel as nervous about it as I did. Maybe it's because I found a goal that I could be proud of. And that goal is to become a pro craftsman, spreading my dyed goods across the world. I do that, and my friends who leave Inaba won't be lonely no matter where in the world they end up. But first, I gotta get better at dyeing. And I need to learn to speak English, too. Yeah, see? He's trying to learn English. Kanji's mom is a better detective than Dojima. With new resolve, I look up at the Tatsuyama shop curtain. Seeing those vibrant, perfectly dyed colors, I can't help but feel a wicked laugh rising up in me.
I ain't giving up, goddammit!
It's quite the intense expression as well, Kanji.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're a high school girl and a manager? That's awesome. Hey!
Sir.
I don't think we care about Yukiko all that much. Let's just skip through this shit.
You don't really.
I don't care about her personal life, or her goals, or her as a character. Just skipping it all. Yeah, we already know that you have shit cooking.
I'm gonna leave math for later. I gotta start with general ed questions first.
I wave the white flag at the incomprehensible row of numbers and open up a different book. Sheesh, this one's pretty thick too.
What is this? Some kind of old manuscript? Oh, I'm in great shape at least. How come there aren't any practical skills in the primary exam?
I give up at the endless list of formal sentences and plop onto my bed. The comfortable feeling of my pillow slowly lures me to sleep.
Oh yeah, so sleepy.
It's no use. I know when I'm beat. The sample questions for the police employment exam are too tough.
I bet Master would totally ace the written exams too. I mean, he'd make it to the top easy.
Come on, man. What, are you talking about me skipping the Yukiko stuff? Fuck Yukiko! I remember declaring to Akihiko-san that my dream to be a police officer when I got to see him again during the incident on the other day. Why a police officer? It's simple, really. So I can protect everything I care about. Things like my family and friends, and this town itself, where I have so many good memories of growing up. That may have been a noble goal quite a while ago, but yeah, after you find out that you have to protect people who don't deserve to be protected, that's not exactly a career option that I would recommend anymore. Fuck law enforcement. Yukon's gone back far away to the city, and since Yosuke's decided to go to college, he'll eventually leave Inaba too. Rise-chan and Naoto-chan or Naoto-kun, will probably have to will have to do a lot of traveling in their work, and even Yukiko said that she might go do some innkeeper trading elsewhere. Oof, the moment that I said fuck you, you were like, what? And then I finished with Kiko, and you went, phew. Yeah, fuck you, Kiko. Kanji-kun's supposedly up in the mountains in search of dyes and cooking wood, I think. Wait, that part about the cooking wood seems off. But even if we end up separated, it won't change the fact that we can always come back here to Inaba. That's why I'll protect this town. That, I think, is the real strength everyone gave me.
Alright, I'm gonna become a police officer, no doubt about it. If Master's at the top, I'll work my way up to his level.
And that's why I can't be bummed out just because I'm stumbling a little bit over subjects I'm not so good at. I lightly slap both my cheeks to wake myself up and get a second wind. And then I jump out of bed and head back to my desk once more. These sample questions are a tough enemy right now. But the stronger the enemy, the more a true fighter welcomes the challenge. That was a hiccup. Don't know if that I don't know if that was audible. Something's wrong with me. You're reading in too much with my hate of Yukiko. Why is that? Why do you say that? Once I become a police officer, I'll bust up bad guys at crime scenes one after another.
I need to be on the streets, not behind a TV.
Akihiko-san, a government official with the police, will be my strict but kind boss. Oh, and I bet if a case comes up, our ace detective, Naoto-kun, will help us out on the investigation. You-kun and all the others will be amazed at how I take care of business. It's kind of embarrassing to think about that, though. Hee hee hee. Aww.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best.
Sleepy Chie. I love it. As I read me saying fuck Yukiko the split second I said her name, you thought that I was telling you. Well, if I ever do say fuck you, then it's as a joke. I don't typically, like, deliberately insult people that I care about. That's just not how I roll. Sometime after Golden Week incident, I was in the drawing room of a certain dummy company in Okina City. To the public, it's merely a small publishing company, but in truth, it's been rented out by public safety to serve as a base for operations for administrative police activities carried out in secret. Though at times I cooperate with them on investigations, I am still an ordinary high school student. And since I am only an outsider from the police's perspective, it would cause too much of a stir for me to come in contact with public safety at a regular police station. This, in other words, is one of the few places I can be at ease. I've come here a number of times after the case and grown acquainted with some of the part-time employees. Gonna go to bed now. Have a good rest of your night, Uwu person, and thank you for hanging out. I will see you for tomorrow's streams. Given my position, it may be dangerous to get too close to the public. Okay. Looks like we have quite a bit of battery left. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Given my position, it may be dangerous to get too close to public safety, but the relationship is extremely useful as a source of information. The fact it's a pipeline I established myself undoubtedly gave me greater confidence as well. Upon hearing the details of the case, the man from public safety is lost in thought for some time, but then he tells me with some chagrin that the secret inquiry into the Kirijo group is concluded.
What do you mean?
You work tomorrow, sadness? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you are off around the time that I end up going live with the collab and stuff.
You probably believe that this investigation is about the potential dangers of the Kirijo group, but that's not the truth. It was ordered by top public safety officials who aren't keen on Mitsuru Kirijo's influence. They're trying to find fault with her to rein her in.
Then, were these top officials dissatisfied with my report?
Oh, your report was detailed and accurate, but that was too fair for their liking.
Are you asking me to report a distortion of the truth?
What time will the collab be? It'll be sometime after trick-or-treating. I don't know exactly when, but probably around 7 or 8 o'clock my time.
Don't glare like that. The officials used Kirijo's disappearance this time to order an investigation on the Shadow Operative's facility.
Yes, I know about that. I'd heard from my friends.
But these investigation results aren't what those at the top hoped for. If this continues, they may abandon rational judgment in their desperation.
In other words, you think they would begin to suspect me as taking sides with Kirijo?
Yes, but that's not what we hope to see happen. In all honesty, enabling their power struggle has no upside for our organization at all.
Probably be on time, maybe a little late. Okay.
We are very satisfied with your work. That's why it would be less than ideal if you lost favor with the top officials and became unhireable.
I understand. Though they're all part of public safety, you're saying the top officials and the on-site investigators have different views.
That's the nature of the beast. You have my permission to continue visiting this place from now on. So, I ask that you play along this once.
Good night to you too, Uwu person.
Permission to continue. So, you leave a thread for me to follow while telling me not to get too involved. A bit self-serving, wouldn't you say?
A harsh assessment. Both the inner truth and the outer veneer matter in society. That's how it is.
I was only joking. I thank you for your generous consideration.
I give a bow and leave the room. When I step outside the building, I see clear blue sky spreading overhead. I take a seat on the bench that catches my eye. The afternoon sunlight, just now beginning to heat up, shines down on me. It's been a while since I've had the time such as this, with nothing pressing to occupy me. This case forced me to think about several things. First, shadow-related incidents are not limited to the Midnight Channel. Second, the Shadow Operatives, the only organization that could counter those threats, are a politically unstable position. Finally, there may be more powerful remnants of ergo research, like Show somewhere.
This bears further investigation.
Since I'm both a detective and a Persona user, there should be truths that only I can unearth from my unique position. The scope of this investigation will be vast, and I may no longer be able to remain in Inaba. But no matter what kind of physical distance I put between myself and my friends I made here, our hearts will never be apart. Having made my resolution, all I must do is make the first move in my investigation.
It seems I'm about to be very busy.
All right, that must be the place.
A few days after the incident during Golden Week, after coming to Okina City, I find what I'm looking for and start walking towards it. What am I looking for, you ask? The sign for a cram school. I'm getting kind of tired of reading through all this stuff, so we're gonna go silent for a while, just silently read as it comes on screen. Jaw's starting to fucking hurt.
Thanks to this case, I feel like I'm finally prepared to face my future. It's like I finally made a breakthrough.
A breakthrough?
I kept wondering if there was any way I could spend my time with everyone forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that that's just running from reality. That's why, for now, I'm focused on finding a big project that won't bore me until I die. First, I'm gonna go to college and expand my horizons. I guess for how long I thought about it, it's a pretty standard path.
No, I think that's just like you, Yosuke. Isn't the long consideration really the important part?
have no idea which ones are any good.
Huh? What are you doing, Yosuke? The shelf with the nurses is over there.
I'll stay over here for today, thanks.
Hmm? Oh, you're looking for camouflage. Something to hide your nurses with?
What? Hell no!
This part seems to be lacking a bit. It should be more showy, extravagant, all out! Hurrah! I feel like I'm on a roll!
Weren't you just with Yosuke a minute ago?
Yosuke, what was that for?
Shut up! What about this is perfect to you? It looks like a midsummer swimsuit sale.
Oh, now that you mention it.
Oh, that's all you can say? Listen, this is supposed to be a section for elegant summer clothes for the early season. So why set up a swimsuit sale, huh? Stop changing things on your own.
Oh, but Sensei will come back once summer comes, right? My mind is already in full summer mode.
You're jumping the gun way too much. Don't drag our store into your shenanigans.
You say that, but aren't you curious too? Don't you want Yuki-chan, Chie-chan, Rise-chan, and Now-chan to wear these new swimsuits as soon as possible?
3 out of the 4 of them, yes, and maybe one more who you forgot to mention.
Well, sure. But wait, we weren't talking about me.
Oh, I know. When Sensei comes back, let's invite Michan and her friends to the beach.
Mitsuru. Okay. I forgot that he had that nickname for her.
Mitsuru-san and her friends, huh? Oh, they're regular working folks. I mean, they're a special unit, so I don't think they could just...
Yosuke! The game will end if you give up. Just imagine what they'd all look like in swimsuits.
Again, you're leaving Marie out. Where's Marie? Also, Naoto back there in the One Piece. Gotta love that, especially with her little blush there.
Look, that doesn't change the fact that it's way too early for this. Hurry up and get the display how it's supposed to be.
No! I will staunchly protect my paradise!
Your weird paradise has no place in our store! If you don't hurry and fix this, I'm docking your pay!
Huh, that was weird. Thought I just heard a cat meowing a minute ago.
This is tyranny! Utter totalitarianism!
Alright, Rise now, right?
Let's start from Act 3. Ready? Go!
Look, a white bird. Could it be the same one we saw together last summer?
Who cares about birds right now? If there's something you want to say, then say it.
Please don't be that way. I trusted in you. I believed in our promise that we'd come here on this day. So why did you bring her? I feel like an utter fool.
Rise-chan!
Okay, so Rise is trying to break into showbiz now. Still don't feel like reading these for the time being.
Noe-san, we're still rehearsing here.
Oh, sorry. Please forgive me.
Kuchikawa, it's time. You're free to go. Everyone else, take it from the top of that scene.
Huh? But...
Go on or they'll yell at me. The promise was we'd do this without getting in the way of your other work. Though, I mean, your acting was great.
Thank you. Is there anything else?
What do you mean, anything else?
Anything I should work on?
I just told you that your acting was great. You're rushing this too much. Well, I don't know. I guess you need to work on accepting your strengths and trying to build on them? Sure.
Accept my strengths?
That's right. Hey, I take back what I said. Everyone take a 30-minute breather.
So what do you need to talk about, Inoue-san?
Oh, right. The response to your TV appearance the other day was amazing. We keep getting tons of calls with more work for you. And that's why we'd really like to set up an actual schedule and put a huge media blitz behind your comeback.
No, I told you that's not what I want. I'm not even close to my peak performance yet.
Huh? But they're all really good deals, you know?
Nope. Don't you remember how we talked this over with the agency? I want to put my schoolwork first right now. Oh, can you bring the car to the front?
Huh? Rise-chan, where are we?
I have voice training after this. Come on, you're my manager. Get your act together.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Can you give me a ride? I want to hear about what kind of work came in.
Of course. I'll bring the car around, so wait at the entrance.
Okay, I guess that's the end, unless there's like a stinger here. Okay, and we can skip the credits. Groovy. Episode P3 is now available in story mode. Okay. Why is it saying 94% complete, though? What did we miss? I mean, everything's clear, so shouldn't that be 100%? Or is there something more after we do this? Also, how many, let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, looks like we are not going to be finishing this game tonight. Looks like we got another whole 3 streams to do.
The
at the
death
most.
of everything, but also the beginning.
Oh, this asshole's here.
People have filled the world, yet turned it into a void. The only hope of salvation lies in ruin.
Did you work in a zoo? Because that's one huge pile of shit you're pushing around. So, how'd that turn out for you, Dad? It doesn't matter now that you're dead as a doornail, does it? You wanted the world destroyed, huh? Isn't that right, you worthless pest? Fine, I'll do it. This shitty world with its shitty people and shitty lives will disappear, and I'll be the only thing left. After all, if the Father's fallen into darkness, then the Son must rise. Just kidding.
What nonsense.
What?
These constructs can only remain active within my red fog. Even then, they can only do so for a limited amount of time. If you have time to waste with worthless sentiment, hurry up and complete your preparations.
Ha! You've got no sense of humor. Keep up your whining and I'll have to kill you too.
Such impudence. Take them. They are your pawns.
They're pretty well made. Fine, I've got the power I borrowed from you too. So now there's no way I could lose. Well then, time to make like a tree and turn over a new leaf or whatever.
Okay, so he's reached Biff Tannen levels of intelligence.
Huh. A puppet version of a puppet. I'll make sure you get the job done this time.
Now let's begin. For the sake of his world.
May 5th, afternoon. I am at the Shadow Operatives Lab.
I finished going through Labrys's personality module and control links.
Fukasan's voice echoes through the machinery-lined room where she works as an operator. Seems that it'll be a little more time until she'll be finished with her work.
I knew we could count on you.
I'm sorry that I asked you for such a big favor.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly stand by after something so important happened. But, is it really all right for me to be doing this? Aren't you all part of some kind of police organization now?
There's no need to be concerned. Even now that we've become the Shadow Operatives, this lab belongs solely to the Kirijo group.
Shadow Operatives. A special unit under the direct supervision of the National Police Agency, organized to deal with supernatural cases that the normal police would be unable to respond to. In other words, cases dealing with shadows. This is one of the laboratories underneath the management of the Shadow Operatives. The purpose of this place is mainly to analyze evidence gathered in shadow-related cases. An analysis of shadows, matters for scientific understanding, and planning operations. Another objective is the maintenance, inspection, and service for anti-shadow weapons such as myself. Since I am a member of the Shadow Operatives, and am classified as a weapon due to my mechanical nature, I periodically undergo maintenance at this facility. Directly after the inauguration of the Shadow Operatives, Mitsuru-san had a state-of-the-art packing case prepared to transport me. However, the one slumbering within this case is my sister, Labrys, the 5th-generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, and our new comrade.
I finished investigating Labrys's mobility systems. All I have to do now is reboot her OS and perform some final checks.
Thank you. How is she?
She'd sustained some heavy structural damage, so I was worried, but thankfully none were critical.
Since my sister had been forced to push herself far beyond her limit during the events of the other day, her entire body has taken serious damage. I'm glad that she's okay. Fukusan's words caused me to sigh with relief.
I see. And what did you recover from her memory?
I'm sorry. I searched through it, but I found no records that would lead to finding the one behind what happened. If we want to pursue him any further, we'll have to wait for a report from intelligence. But it seems that will still take some time.
I see.
I see Mitsuru-san tighten her fist with that quiet utterance. The culprit is someone capable of manipulating the data in my sister's memory. The possibility that they would make the mistake of leaving a trace leading to themselves is extremely low. Even when one knows the outcome, people often feel indignant when the last bit of hope is crushed. It's understandable. Our ability to find out who kidnapped my sister has been completely stymied? Whatever the fuck that word is.
Then we have no clues to go on.
Don't be so hasty. We might get new leads from intelligence, right?
Ever since that attempted airplane hijacking, we've learned that the Public Safety Division has been making some disquieting moves. If we don't make a move soon, there's no telling what they'll do to take advantage of the situation. We have to find a lead before they do anything.
Though Akihiko-san has known Mitsuru for a long time, Mitsuru-san's expression remains stiff as he tries to console her. But that's only natural. The Shadow Operatives are still in a delicate position with regards to where we stand within the National Police Organization. As a seemingly suspicious group founded by an outsider and dealing with crimes outside of the capabilities of the normal police force, we often are met with cold stares from people who should be our fellow investigators when we're dispatched on cases. The logic of such actions eludes me, but I cannot pretend that they do not exist.
I understand how you feel, Mitsuru-san, but we must solve one problem at a time. That is why we have gathered here today.
You're right. I'm sorry. Please work with me here in reviewing what information we already know.
Mitsuru-san implores us for assistance. Our gathering here at the lab today isn't just to hear about the results of Fukusan's tests on my sister. We've come to share and review the information we have, to inspect the clues as closely as possible, to get closer to the culprit as quickly as possible.
The person behind this case first stole Labris, the 5th-generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, while she was in transport.
Yes. The hijacking of the airplane you were on was a diversion used to conceal the theft of my sister, after which she was transported to Inaba.
Correct. The hijackers were subdued and captured, but we have reason to believe that their minds were under some kind of control.
Those who hijacked the airplane and transported the case had no memory of taking part in the crime. They did not recognize one another, had nothing in common, and were all ordinary citizens with no prior criminal records. They did, however, all claim that in their testimonies, that they saw red eyes. Though their interrogations are still ongoing, it seems that it won't be long before they are released. With all these points taken into consideration, it becomes apparent that this is no ordinary crime.
The culprit waited until he arrived in Inaba to turn Labris on and fiddle with her memory. And then he threw her into the TV world, right?
Where one's heart and memories manifest themselves. As a machine, Labris was able to control these memories in great detail. In other words, the enemy used her in order to set a trap for us.
When we entered the television world in pursuit, we defeated her shadow and made indirect contact with the culprit.
That person revealed that his goal was to steal our personas by making us fight each other, which would weaken our hearts and turn our personas to shadows. Once he'd accomplished that, he would combine them all so we could have even more powerful shadows.
Everyone falls silent. The mysterious person's motive was to gather and unify shadows. This is all too similar to something that those of us gathered here will never forget.
Shuji Ikutsuki.
The culprit's speech pattern is consistent with Ikutsuki-san's mannerisms. His inability to use a persona matches him as well.
But that's not possible!
That's right. We've confirmed Ikutsuki's death.
Or maybe there's someone out there besides Ikutsuki who still thinks the same way he did.
If so, then the world we strive for is still far away.
Mitsuru-san sounds as if she's in agony. Shuji Ikutsuki 3 years ago, he became fascinated with the Fall, and tried to bring about the end of the world using shadows. To Mitsuru-san, he is also the adversary that robbed her of her precious father.
Yamagishi, when Labrys awakens, can you give her a summary of the case from 3 years ago? I'd like her to know what went on while she was sealed.
I understand.
Can't you just stick that data into her memory?
If we did that, it would just become a piece of data to her. She needs to be told about it in order for her mind to understand what happened.
She's human through and through, huh?
Also, I noticed something when I was checking her memories. The makeup of Labrys's memory field is slightly different from Aigus's. Besides the memory area that she normally accesses, there seems to be a sub-network of some sort.
She has 2 memory networks?
I think it was probably used to incorporate the feedback from her sibling units, but I still don't know for sure. That's why I believe it's safer to tell her in person.
All right, I'll let you tell her however you see fit. Regarding Ikutsuki, I'm pressuring staff to hurry and review the information, including the newly discovered quarantine server at Ergo Research. We never knew about the server in question before now, because it had been cut off from the group's network. It most likely has information that normally would have never left Ergo Research, such as data on top-secret experiments.
Ikutsuki-san could be involved in the case. Mitsuru-san's worry and irritation may be because she senses that possibility. We can all understand the pain she must be in.
By the way, what was the logic behind that whole midnight channel thing?
It's still unknown, but we'll have to send people to Inaba again. We're going to hold a meeting at headquarters tomorrow to discuss countermeasures.
Suddenly, an alarm that notifies us of abnormalities goes off and reverberates throughout the lab. Mitsuru-san quickly uses a nearby control panel to contact staff within the facility.
What's going on?
The surveillance system detected a
Oh.
rise in shadow readings. It's currently stabilizing around a level 3 alert,
Well,
located in that town of Inaba.
You're cute. Who are you?
What?
Looks like he's shown up already. That saves us the trouble of having to puzzle this out.
Yu-san and his friends are in danger. Mitsuru-san, please give the order to dispatch us.
All right, we'll leave at once. Yamagishi, leave Labrys to Kikuno and accompany us.
I understand. Well then, I leave the rest to you, Kikuno-san.
Understood. Lady Mitsuru, everyone, please be careful.
Okay, is she the maid that was piloting the helicopter? One of Mitsuru-san's personal domestic assistants, or should I say maids, Mikuno-san answers. I don't think that's a acronym for maid, if that's what they were trying for. Kikuno-san and Mitsuru have a stronger bond than that of any ordinary servant and master. And she is another of the shadow operatives. Her words catch my attention for some reason. Please be careful. A very trivial expression of concern for our safety. Brushing it off as common courtesy would be simple, but I sense that she may be sensing something unusual regarding the situation that awaits us there. What could be causing this unease? Does Mitsuru-san know?
Oh, hold on, Aigus.
As I'm trying to decide on whether or not to look deeper into Mitsuru-san's state of mind, Fuku-san gets up from her operator's seat and beckons me over.
What is it?
If we can put Labrys aside for a moment, are you going to be alright without having any maintenance done on you, Aigus? What do you mean? I read the documents on your new equipment. At first I assumed it was referring to that large gun, but it's actually...
That. True. There have been no tests confirming that it is capable of being used in an actual combat situation. But we face a powerful foe this time.
Is it even possible? If even one thing were to go wrong...
Fuka-san's face clouds as she looks at me. I can't be confident that I'll be alright, and I'm unable to tell her a pleasant lie to calm her down. In any case, I only pray that a situation that requires me to use my new equipment never arises. Both of us are tense as we prepare to depart.
Milady, a change of clothes has been laid out in your car.
I see. Thank you.
I've also prepared Akihiko-san's favorite protein drink, and Fuka-san has been preparing a playlist suitable for a road trip in her room.
Huh?
That will be all, Kikuno.
Very well. Pardon me.
Excuse me. As expected from Kikuno-san, she is amazingly considerate as a personal assistant should be, but she could be too thoughtful at times. We learned this for ourselves when she came to accept us as people who are precious to Mitsuru-san.
Let's start this over, shall we? Shadow operatives, let's mobilize.
Thanks to Kikuno-san, the tension in the air subsides a bit, but we cannot allow our attention to wander just now. Upon completing our preparations for departure, we immediately make our way to Inaba.
Why are we taking this car again, Mitsuru?
Deep breath, deep breath. Akihiko-san grumbles from the back seat of the Shadow Operative's personal limousine. I'm not sure how to put this, but I find that his feelings are justified.
Don't question it, Akihiko. There was no time to prepare a vehicle with the same equipment. Speaking of appearances, are you gonna wear that again?
Sure. There's a chance that we'll have to fight after all. These clothes give me the flexibility I need.
Impressive, Akihiko-san. You never change.
Still, to think that the culprit would make a move so soon. We've completely lost the initiative.
Indeed. We need to begin taking measures right now. I only hope no danger comes to Narukami and his friends.
Mitsuru-san seems deeply agitated during the car ride. She seems distracted. At times, she would flip through the thick file in her lap, only to suddenly give an order to a subordinate. And at other times, she would stare intently at her watch as if lost in thought. Her usual regal composure is gone.
Mitsuru-san, why don't we just ask them to cooperate with us?
I agree. They seem pretty strong.
No, they're still young. If I asked for their assistance, it would waste time better spent in school. Worse yet, it would put them in danger.
You're a fucking idiot, Mitsuru. You are no older than they were when you were doing this shit.
I don't want anyone else to have to go through that anymore.
I understand how you feel, but they don't seem like the kind who'd listen. We were
Yeah.
the same way back then.
Yeah, Akihiko, based Akihiko. Mitsuru-san falls silent. It's likely not a mistake to think that the sudden spike in shadow activity this time is related to the events of a few days ago. It has become apparent to everyone that another dangerous battle is about to begin.
We have new information. Kikuno sent me a message. I tasked Kikuno with reviewing Ergo Research's quarantine server. But it seems new evidence has come to light regarding Ikutsuki, who we discussed in our earlier conversation. According to the report, it seems Ikutsuki was performing an experiment on his own in the lab directly after the explosion. It's unknown if this is related to our current mission, but there was a record of a plume of dust being used in the experiment.
A plume of dusk.
A plume of dusk, an object that blurs the line between matter and information. And it's fitted into anti-shadow weapons like myself. It forms the core of our personality modules, and is what allows us to control personas even though we are machines.
So, what are the details of this experiment? Nothing good, I bet.
Ikutsuki was...
The limousine's engine suddenly roars, drowning out further conversation. It seems the road we are taking has begun to climb a steep hillside. As the car takes a winding road up the slope, I can look down through the window and see lush trees along the mountainside. For a moment, I thought I sensed shadow reading. Could it have just been my imagination?
Yamagishi, tell me our current location.
One moment. I'm looking it up now. We're currently in Inaba Pass. We're almost at the target coordinates.
Anime cutscene? Yep, here we go.
What is this? Was that?
What's wrong? An ambush?
What's happening? Driver, what's going on? Answer me!
It's just like during the hijacking.
Ibis!
On it! A barrier!
Are we trapped?
Were you just about to kill that fucking guy, I guess? You know what? It is just about 3 o'clock, so I think this is where we're going to bring things to an end for tonight. We will, continue this next week. Yeah, definitely was not able to finish this tonight. Should have expected there to be a Persona 3 mode where we could get a bit more to the story. But, yeah, we'll be continuing that next Wednesday. Before we do shut down, I do want to check out the, other thing real quick. The, yeah, the, battle mode, I think. Yeah, what do the, characters look like? How many of these are playable characters? Oh,
Welcome
hey, Igor.
to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Okay, that asshole. We have, Naoto, Teddy,
Why don't you introduce
Worst Girl,
yourself?
Best Boy, Yosuke, Best Girl, other Best Boy, actually, that asshole. Where's Marie?
This is a space that only those who have, in one way or another, entered into a contract may enter.
Okay, I'm guessing Marie
In
may
your
be
daily
a
life, you
unlockable character,
subconsciously
or
heard
she
the
must be
thoughts
some sort of DLC, because she is not on there. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to, take a look at that in a bit. Yeah, as I said, we'll be continuing more of this next week. Later on today, we are going to be doing that collab. We're going to be watching Night of the Living Dead. It's going to be my friend's first time watching that movie. Then, later on the same day, excuse me again, we are also going to be collabing with Left 4 Dead 2. Then, on Friday morning, we're going to be continuing Rise of the Ronin. Saturday, we're going to be starting up Quake 4. Sunday, we are going to be doing more Medieval, and probably some more Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterflies as well. But, yeah, that is going to be it for tonight's stream. Thank you for tuning in, Uwu Person and Peroneko. Hopefully I will see more of you guys down the line, and with that all being said, here endeth the stream. Until next time, stay groovy.